afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Yourself, Susan?
I did. How about you?
Nice and quiet. Beautiful weather.
Last weekend of summer.
The last day of summer today.
Right. Fall arrives tomorrow, but summer's going to stick around, it looks like.
Looks like we'll get to the weather in a minute. But first, here's what's making news on this Monday. Presidential nominee Joe Biden makes another trip to Wisconsin as we inch closer to Election Day.
UW Hospital is offering drive-through flu shots, but will there be enough for everyone?
And the battle continues in Washington over whether to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat in the Supreme Court before the presidential election. But we start with breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center. A federal judge has ruled absentee ballots in Wisconsin can be counted up to 6 days after the November 3rd presidential election, as long as they're postmarked by Election Day. Unless the ruling is overturned, it means the outcome of the presidential election in Wisconsin will likely not be known for days after the polls close. We'll have more on our website, channel3000.com. Let's take a look outside. The waning hours of summer starting to look like fall out there. Dana's in the backyard. Fall starts like summer, though. Kind of warm.
It is. It is going to be warm for the next few days. Even right now, it's nice. It certainly isn't warm currently, but it's just pleasant outside. We're expecting a really nice stretch for the next few days as we have a live look with our Edgewater sky cam of downtown. Still a little hazy with that smoke from well out west drifting in to impact our sky. Temperatures are in the low 70s. Average for this time of year, about 70 degrees. So we're a little bit above average, but it feels really good. Also a little breezy from the south, about 13 miles per hour. And compared to this time yesterday, we've tacked on a few degrees, about a 4-degree warm up the last 24 hours for much of Rock and Dane counties. Now we're expecting that warm up to kind of continue. Overnight, we won't be quite as cool. Temperatures dropping to the mid 50s, and then tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the upper 70s. Tomorrow is the first day of fall, and we'll kick it off with sunshine, that haziness sticking around, but temps will be close to 80. And thankfully, we get to enjoy that mild stretch for a few more days. That's really not going to change much. The sunny sky also sticking around. We'll stay dry through the work week. It's not until this weekend another chance for showers starts to develop, and those above average temperatures will stay with us until the rain chance moves through. As far as our traffic conditions look right now, thankfully things seem to be rolling along fairly smoothly. We aren't seeing any delays on the roads currently. Along the Beltline, everything looks green. Downtown Madison also seeing green, and in Rock County, no delays around the Janesville area. So if you are trying to get anywhere, you'll need the shades for the drive home with the sun coming through. And that's about it for the evening. Janesville to the Beltline, 26 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Stock City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown at 9 minutes this evening. We'll look at that full 10-day in just a few.
All right, we'll see you in just a little while. Thank you, Dana. First at 4, we've seen numerous visits from the Trump campaign in Wisconsin, and now the Democrats are making more frequent stops.
Joe Biden with his second trip in 2 weeks visiting Manitowoc. Eric Franke joins us now with more on the Democratic nominee's appearance today. Eric?
Well, Mark and Susan, of course, much was made of Hillary Clinton's lack of trips to Wisconsin in 2016, a state she lost by only 23,000 votes. Joe Biden now with his second trip to the state after making one at Kenosha a couple weeks ago. He was in Manitowoc County talking at the Wisconsin Aluminum Foundry. This is a county that went for President Obama in 2012 but went heavily to Donald Trump 4 years ago. Biden's speech heavily targeted the president's response to the pandemic as the country is at 200,000 dead.
The virus was too big for him. All his life, Donald Trump has been bailed out of any problem he faced. And with this crisis, a real crisis, the crisis that required serious presidential leadership, he just wasn't up to it. He froze. He failed to act. He panicked. And America's paid the worst price of any nation in the world.
Biden says he is worried that we've been living with this pandemic so long we're risking becoming numb to this growing death toll. He got very emotional, fiery in response to the president's reported disparaging comments about fallen soldiers, recalling the military service of his late son, Beau. Biden also framed this race as his native Scranton, Pennsylvania, against Park Avenue, comparing Manitowoc to Scranton. He did not bring up the Supreme Court or the recent passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Susan?
Eric, thank you. President Trump expects to announce his nomination for the Supreme Court later this week, setting off a showdown both on Capitol Hill and in the presidential race. Justice Ginsburg died last Friday at the age of 87. Bofta Yimam is at the Supreme Court with more.
President Trump has vowed to name a replacement for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg by the end of the week.
I think, due respect, we should wait till the services are over for Justice Ginsburg. And so we're looking probably at Friday or maybe Saturday.
CBS News has learned two of the top contenders are currently U.S. Court of Appeals judges. Demonstrators are targeting top Senate Republicans after they said they would move swiftly on the president's pick.
I will be leading the charge to make sure that President Trump's nominee has a hearing, goes to the floor of the United States Senate for a vote.
So far, at least two Republican senators, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, have come out against voting on a nominee, with just 6 weeks left to Election Day. Senate Democrats say they're pushing more of their Republican colleagues to oppose rushing through a Supreme Court vote.
That's my focus right now, really appealing to their sense of democracy.
The showdown over the seat has also energized both sides in the 2020 presidential race. President Trump hits the campaign trail in Ohio Monday.
The Supreme Court is the most important thing right now.
While Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden campaigns in Wisconsin.
But if I win this election, President Trump's nominee should be withdrawn.
Meanwhile, black draping now marks the spot where Justice Ginsburg sat on the bench at the U.S. Supreme Court, where she will lie in repose Wednesday and Thursday after a private service. Bofta Imam, CBS News, the U.S. Supreme Court.
And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg will lie in state in the U.S. Capitol on Friday.
Well, Monday usually sees a smaller number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin. The state still saw a steep increase. More than 1,300 more people tested positive in the last couple of days. Over the weekend, the state continues to see large daily numbers of new cases. 3 more people have died, including one in Florence County, which is reporting its first COVID-19 related death. 11 counties remain without a single death. Officials say many new COVID-19 cases are related to outbreaks on college campuses across the state. One of the biggest outbreaks is at UW-Madison, and several city and county leaders are asking university officials to send students home until a proper plan can be laid out. UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank responded to those comments today in a statement saying, quote, UW-Madison shares a common goal with the city of Madison, Dane County, and Public Health Madison and Dane County of reducing COVID-19 infections in our community. The best way to accomplish this goal is not by issuing press releases calling for students to leave, but to partner in developing solutions for the benefit of all residents.
Most doctors agree that you'll want to get a flu shot soon. UW Health started offering a drive-through clinic today, but a high-risk group may not be able to get theirs right away. A couple of local pharmacists that we talked with said they expect to have enough flu vaccines overall, but it's been tough to keep up with the demand for the high-dose vaccine for older adults.
We're also seeing an increased demand, and especially in the senior flu vaccine, which is the high-dose vaccine. We're almost out of it before we get our next shipment. So we're at this point, we're like, yeah, we have it, we don't have it, we may have it. Just check with us before you come in.
Most pharmacists order their vaccines in February, but larger chains tend to receive theirs faster. The CDC does not recommend getting a flu shot too early because it can wear off, especially for older adults.
The nation is about to reach a heartbreaking milestone. Nearly 200,000 people have died from coronavirus, just 8 months after the pandemic began in the United States. Data shows older age is a risk factor for COVID deaths, so is gender, men being much more likely to die. Underlying conditions such as diabetes and obesity and racial and ethnic disparities also play a role. Dr. William Hanage from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health says as people move indoors this fall and grow tired of social distancing measures, we can expect more outbreaks.
We're going to see more severe illness and we're going to see more deaths. However, I don't think it is going to be as catastrophic as the spring, if only because of the fact in the spring we had no idea really what we were dealing with, and there was completely inadequate testing.
The latest model projections from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation shows a staggering 410,000 deaths by January 1st. However, many experts say that number is not written in stone.
Europe faces looming lockdowns as COVID-19 cases spike there. Spain saw more than 500 deaths in the past week while imposing new travel restrictions in the country's capital. France also mandated new rules on wearing masks as cases rise. Many fear drastic steps like a second lockdown could harm their economies.
we do have a very serious situation unfolding before us. Weekly cases have now exceeded those reported when the pandemic first peaked in Europe in March.
And in a twist, Sweden, which refused to lock down and had high infection and death rates, is reporting only 14 patients in intensive care and a single-digit daily death toll since July. But even officials there say it's too soon to know if their strategy is behind the current low numbers. This weekend, Israel became one of the first countries to impose a second lockdown after cases there spiked dramatically.
The Red Cross says they need more volunteers to help those in need across the country. Red Cross volunteers in Madison say they're spread thin across the country due to the ongoing wildfires, COVID-19, and a busy hurricane season. They're looking for people to help work in shelters, provide meals, and other vital tasks in emergency situations. They're also looking for nurses, paramedics, and other medical providers. Not all volunteers would need to travel to emergency areas down south or out west. Many will stay right here helping people in our community.
People can help out at blood drives, especially our screeners, as well as if they can do virtual, if they can actually volunteer out of their home and help remotely.
Anyone interested in volunteering can go to the Red Cross website or email the address at the bottom of your screen, volunteerwisconsin@redcross.org.
A man is facing multiple homicide charges after a fatal car crash over the weekend. The Rock County Sheriff says 68-year-old Jason Zembrowski from Muskego was driving an SUV Sunday afternoon while intoxicated on County Road N near Milton. His vehicle drifted over into the other lane and hit a vehicle head-on, driven by a 68-year-old man and a 90-year-old woman from Black River Falls. Zembrowski is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. His female passenger was also injured. As fall harvesting begins, you'll see more tractors and other large farm equipment on Wisconsin roadways, and this can be confusing for some drivers.
State leaders want to make sure motorists remember to share the road and don't try to pass them in dangerous situations. Amanda Quintana is here with some safety reminders. Amanda?
The Grant County Sheriff's Office just reported a crash on Saturday where a driver ran into the back of a tractor, causing her car to roll over into a ditch. Crashes like this one happen too often. So the Wisconsin Farm Bureau, DOT, and DATCAP all came together today to remind drivers to stay safe around these big, slow-moving farming vehicles. Shane Goplin, a grain farmer in Trempealeau County, says with rural roads, they aren't flat or straight. It takes more time to maneuver large equipment, and he's had a lot of close calls where drivers behind him hesitate when he turns or speed up and try to pass him.
It can happen so fast that we just can't explain it. So I can't, there's been countless times where I've made left-hand turns and there's a vehicle that'll pass me on the left. Every time I get out and double check that I knew my lights were working, my signals were working, but we just have to be cautious.
DOT says there have been more than 1,700 crashes with farm equipment over the last decade, killing 29 people and injuring more than 800. The big three things you should remember: don't pass these vehicles in a no passing zone. Pay attention to the flashing lights or the hand signals when farmers are turning, especially for left-hand turns. And be aware that it takes longer and more distance for tractors to brake, so don't pass them and then stop right in front of them.
Good advice. Amanda, thank you. Still to come at 4, a cancer diagnosis can be devastating for a family, even if that family member is the 4-legged variety.
But there is an organization locally that offers support when man's best friend gets a cancer diagnosis. We'll tell you how you can help Czar's Promise fulfill its mission when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project for residential and commercial. From new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. With things getting back to normal, we're proud to have been able to continue to serve homeowners during these difficult times. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by just 3% of contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor. we continue to make all the proper precautions to keep our employees and homeowners safe. Taking care of our customers is our top priority.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase.
I want to make it absolutely clear. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple. And those who do it should be prosecuted. Fires are burning, and we have a president who fans the flames. He can't stop the violence because for years he's fomented it. But his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is. Violence will not bring change. It'll only bring destruction. It's wrong in every way. If I were president, my language would be less divisive. I'd be looking to lower the temperature in this country, not raise it. Donald Trump is determined to instill fear in America because Donald Trump adds fuel to every fire. This is not who we are. I believe we'll be guided by the words of Pope John Paul II, words drawn from the scriptures. Be not afraid. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We made USAA insurance for this season and the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Welcome back. For all of the misery of the pandemic, it has also inspired a burst of creativity from photographers, both amateur and professional.
Ron Haviv has traveled the world as a professional photojournalist for 30 years, raising awareness about human rights abuses. Now, he's covering a different kind of suffering, the pandemic. Each picture building a visual record of this historical time. And the professionals are getting plenty of help. Shutterfly president Jim Hilt has seen a surge in photo storage since the pandemic, along with a 50% increase in photo gifts as amateur photographers find inspiration in the once-in-a-lifetime scene.
People step back and say, you know what, this is a unique time in my life, and as much as I want to be done with it, I'm going to make sure that I look back on it and recognize what was meaningful about it.
Google Photos has also seen a jump so big it decided to stop backing up pictures from messaging apps to save space. The digital imaging industry says even before the pandemic, more than a trillion photos were taken in 2019, mostly of cats playing pianos. Another rough day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials gave up 509 points, closing at 27,147. The Nasdaq lost 14. The S&P 500 fell 38 points. That's that index's longest losing streak since February. When a beloved pet is diagnosed with cancer, it can be overwhelming emotionally, but also financially.
Czar's Promise is a local organization that provides support to families whose animals have been diagnosed with cancer. And you can help by contributing to their fundraising event next weekend. Beth Viney is the founder of Czar's Promise. Hi, Beth. Welcome to Live at 4.
Welcome.
Hello, Mark and Susan. Thank you for engaging us today. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you being here. Good to see you. And for people who aren't familiar with your organization, tell us how this all got started and how Czar was the inspiration for it.
So the inspiration for Czar's Promise is actually my Great Pyrenees, who was actually a very strong advocate and pillar within the Madison community for many years. And he was diagnosed with bone cancer in 2012. And for 19 months, he fought that fight with grace and dignity, and he passed away in December of 2013. And traveling that journey, I saw what a difficult that road was in so many ways. And what Czar's Promise does is to honor him and all of those companion animals fighting cancer, is to help families in our community who are experiencing the same journey, as well as looking to still try and find a cure.
And the diagnosis can be so devastating and so swift, it can hit you over the head before you even know it.
It is. When you're first receiving that news that your companion animal has cancer, you have 1,000 questions and not a lot of answers. And it hits you on so many levels. First of all, emotionally. The relationship that you have with your animal. Is my animal in pain? How bad are they hurting? What does this mean? Can it be treated? How long do they have? It's a myriad of questions. And then logistically as well, how am I going to make this decision? How am I going to handle treatment in conjunction with me working and raising a family? And how am I going to pay for this? There's so many questions that arise once a diagnosis has been received.
And yet sometimes it can be a hopeful situation. Look at Lola.
Well, and Esty too. But Czar Promise helped with Lola when she had her mouth cancer. So what do you all do? What services do you provide?
So first of all, for helping families is we provide financial support for those companion animals that are undergoing chemotherapy treatment. We also support educational resources as well for those that need assistance in traveling this journey on an emotional level. We provide wolf packs for families who have received a diagnosis, which brings smiles and tail wags to the companion animals and the families as well. We have a companion animal resource group, which we've kind of put on hold right now for COVID, but we will be restarting that. And the financial aspect is really, really important. COVID has impacted Czar's Promise families in a very big way. For those that were already paying for treatment who may have lost their job or seen a reduction in their salary or compensation, or the business that they work for has closed. And in some cases, families are saying, my dog or cat is treatable, but I don't have the financial means. And that's why we're here to help, because we want to inspire hope and be able to provide treatment so that they can improve their quality of life and give more time with their families.
And that all takes money. And Czar's Promise is an Inspiring Hope event. It's next Saturday, October 3rd, at 10 a.m., $25 to register. More information at czarspromise.com. As a recipient, Beth, thank you very much.
Yeah, Beth, keep up the great work. It's great to see you, and I hope the event is a big success.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Still to come at 4, for many, Chief Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a hero, an icon, and a champion. We'll
look back at the legacy of the notorious RBG coming up after Chris's first Warren forecast. Dana's first Warren forecast.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Joe Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Now, Biden's promising your benefits to illegal immigrants. President Trump is protecting Social Security and Medicare, lowering costs, expanding access, keeping his word.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant in its clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Get a total value of $6,000 on this Silverado Crew Cab pickup without the optional camera technology package. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Garver. Garver.
Gather. Ing. Gathering.
Garver.
Gathering.
Garv.
Ing. Garvering.
A socially responsible gathering where a maximum of 250 people enjoy thirst-quenching drinks, delicious food, and the arts in a safe, clean, and touchless outdoor environment. Let's go garvering. Visit thegarverfeedmill.com for dates and details starting June 11th.
Brought to you by News 3 Now, Madison Magazine, and the Garver Feed Mill.
Take a look at this. You're watching Australian visual artist Coral Jade show off her incredible hula hoop skills. This sequence is jaw-dropping as she incorporates her baby bump into the act, which she calls her new favorite move. She kicks things up a notch, pulling off some maneuvers with 2 hula hoops, but then takes things to a whole other level when she somehow uses 4 at once. Jade is due to give birth in just 2 days, or 2 weeks that is. The performer admits this video was not easy to put together, and her legs are really sore.
That's incredible.
I've never seen the hula hoop on the baby bump.
Especially 2 weeks out, she looks amazing. Oh, that's great.
Good for her. All right, Dana, what do you think?
No. I can't hula hoop, so we'll start there. And then
just one.
Yeah, we'll land that first. Great day to hula hoop outside if that's what you're trying to get into. Nice and sunny, and we're going to stay nice and sunny and pleasant over the next few days. Forecast really not changing up much as we move into fall. We'll take a closer look at your full forecast right after the break.
Our current president has failed. He's failed to protect us. He's failed to protect America. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America without exception every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. We have great deals for everyone.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota RAV4. To learn more about this and other great offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
We can't deal with an economic crisis until you beat the pandemic. You can't have an economic comeback when almost 1,000 Americans die each day from COVID. Mr. President, do your job. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sunny and clear for us, and as we look further south, our tropical system right now, Tropical Storm Beta, still offshore. A lot of rain moving through the Houston area. Through the overnight hours, it's likely going to make landfall early Tuesday morning before swinging up and along the coast slowly, bringing just a lot of rain along that coastline. That storm surge a concern with some flooding potential south of Houston. Once it swings up north inland, then it's really going to weaken and become more just a storm system passing through Alabama, Georgia, and up to the Carolinas. Sunshine through the rest of this evening if you're able to get outside and enjoy your Monday evening. Our breeze coming from the south. For tomorrow morning, we'll see a little bit of cloud coverage north of Dane County, but the rest of the day is going to be nice and sunny outside. That sunshine, of course, still just a little hazy thanks to all that smoke in our upper atmosphere. Temperatures for Tuesday afternoon will be in the upper 70s. We're above average for the first day of fall, and we stay above average as we look ahead to Wednesday and the end of the week. Wednesday, we'll start the day off with sunshine. In the afternoon, high temperatures yet again close to 80 degrees with sunny skies. Now, as we look at our 6 to 10 day outlook, becoming a little more likely we'll be trending below average to start off October. That continues on looking 8 to 14 days out. The cooler air kind of building in. Also a little likely that we will be trending below average with our rain chances. Not looking at a lot of rain opportunities into early October. Tomorrow, though, 77 and sunny. Again, very mild outside, but still just a little hazy because of that smoke and with the sunshine. We'll be in the upper 70s again on Wednesday with partly sunny skies. Partly sunny for Thursday, mostly sunny on Friday, and rain chances starting to develop late in the day on Saturday and for Sunday. So the first half of the weekend should be nice. The second half is going to include a chance for showers and thunderstorms. That continues with rain chances into next week. And next week does look a little cooler outside with high temperatures back in the 50s and overnight lows down to the 40s.
Well, it is fall.
It is. It is. It's very fall for that week, yes.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thank you, Dana. American women owe much of their legal protection from discrimination to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's many years of work before she became a judge.
Paula Reed looks at Ginsburg's towering legal influence.
She has compiled a truly historic record of achievement.
Even before Ruth Bader Ginsburg was nominated to the Supreme Court in 1993, she had already cemented her place in history.
Women today face discrimination in employment.
Ginsburg argued 6 cases before the Supreme Court in the 1970s, winning 5 of them.
The Supreme Court today ruled unanimously that a widower with children is entitled to the same Social Security benefits a widow would receive.
Often securing rights for women by representing men being discriminated against in similar ways. Law professor Margot Schlanger clerked for Ginsburg during her first 2 years on the court.
Can you point to specific rights that you and I have because of Justice Ginsburg?
Yes, absolutely. There was a time when women couldn't own their own credit card, when women didn't have the right to equal treatment in state-sponsored jobs.
During her first term, Ginsburg wrote a concurring opinion in a sexual harassment case that went farther than her colleagues, arguing conduct is illegal if it unreasonably interfered with the plaintiff's work performance.
She understood way before Me Too that avoiding sexual harassment in the workplace is a matter of equality, not just of avoiding boorish behavior.
That desire to fight for equal justice led her to a career centered around the fight to make the country live up to its founding ideals.
Think back to 1787. Who were we the people?
Who were they?
They certainly weren't women. The genius of the United States and our Constitution is that over now more than 200, sometimes turbulent years, that we has expanded and expanded.
Once she was on the court, her fight for equality continued with landmark opinions, opening all-male schools to women and also expanding protections for the disabled. Ginsburg was only the second civil rights attorney to ascend to the Supreme Court. Paula Reed, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
What a legacy.
Yeah, that's for
and
sure.
More to come at 4 later on. We're going to hear from political expert Mike Wagner about the fight between lawmakers to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's Supreme Court seat.
And then coming up tonight at 5, a few days after the head of the state's unemployment office was asked to resign, we're asking what change that will make, and will it make life better for those still in need of help? We'll have that story coming up tonight at 5.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. With things getting back to normal, we're proud to have been able to continue to serve homeowners during these difficult times. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by just 3% of contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor. We continue to make all the proper precautions to keep our employees and homeowners safe. Taking care of our customers is our top priority.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase. Yeah, I think we're good here.
Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs?
Oh, yeah.
All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay? Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
If a wedding or special event is in your future, consider the new Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse. With panoramic driftless area views and an award-winning custom menu, it's the perfect choice for the perfect wedding or banquet. The Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse.
Tonight at 5, the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development is under new leadership. This as thousands of people are still waiting for their unemployment benefits. We'll hear from some of those at 5.
Astronomical fall begins at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, but the weather will be just like that at the end of summer. The dry and mild weather continues through Friday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, with many planning to vote absentee, we're looking into how secure ballot drop boxes are. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Here's a live look downtown at the state capitol, where work continues replacing the mortar in some parts of the building. Despite the pandemic, the Emmy Award shows went on last night in Hollywood.
Obviously, things were a little different last night than last year. Our Will Loper has a look at some of the award winners, plus a few new shows to check out this week. Here's this week's Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Susan. Well, the 72nd Emmy Award ceremony at first looked like business as usual. The theater was packed, celebrities were clapping and laughing, but then host Jimmy Kimmel revealed what was really going on. Welcome to the pandemies. So things looked more than a little different than usual, with celebrities live streaming from their homes and Emmys getting delivered by presenters all over the country wearing hazmat tuxedo suits. And in the case of John Oliver, an exploding box delivered his award.
Thank you so much to the Academy for sending what's technically a small bomb to my house.
Schitt's Creek was the big winner in the comedy category, breaking the record for most wins in a single season for comedy, and taking home 9 awards in total, including Best Outstanding Comedy and 4 acting wins.
I will forever be grateful to Eugene and Daniel Levy for the opportunity, for bestowing upon me the opportunity to play a woman of a certain age, my age, who gets to fully be her ridiculous self.
Over in drama and miniseries, it was HBO's night, getting 11 wins for Watchmen, including limited series lead actress for Regina King, and Best Limited Series, becoming the first comic book adaptation to do so. Mark Ruffalo won Outstanding Actor in a Limited Series in HBO's I Know This Much Is True.
It's a story that's common throughout so much of the United States and the world today.
And Zendaya became the youngest person ever at 24 to win Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series for Euphoria. And HBO continued its awards domination, with Succession winning 7 awards, including Outstanding Drama. And for those of us looking for new stuff to watch, there is still plenty to stream this week, including the 2nd season of the awkward comedy Pen 15 on Hulu.
Oh my God, Brendan is staring at you. Literally staring. I feel smothered by him. Move on.
On Netflix, the film adaptation of the novel The Devil All the Time is released.
How and why people from 2 points on a map without even a straight line between them can be connected is at the heart of our story in Knock 'em Stiff.
And Apple TV Plus released the first episode of the motorcycle journey series Long Way Up, starring Ewan McGregor.
We'll ride 13,000 miles from the southern tip of Argentina all the way to Los Angeles. To think about all of the things that might go wrong.
I think we're lost.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper, leaving you now with Regina King's statement from her speech last night that really summed up the ceremony well, and maybe our lives in general right now.
This is so freaking weird.
The pandemies.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, still to come at 4. What's next for the now vacant seat on the Supreme Court?
Should the Senate conduct hearings and vote weeks before a presidential election? We'll talk about it with UW-Madison professor Michael Wagner when Live at 4 continues.
Men's Salon, they are keeping Madison handsome. Crystal, congratulations on Leopold Men's Salon. Tell us a little bit of how you came to have this beautiful place.
So I've spent the last 15 years in the barbering world in Milwaukee, and I was wanting to get closer to loved ones in the area. Little market analysis told me that there was nothing like what I was offering in Milwaukee, so we decided to open Leopold Men's Salon, which means bold people.
Love it. Now, what can people expect when they come in here?
It's upscale men's salon, so we do our best to cater to the people in the chairs, so, you know, putting on the music that they most enjoy. In a regular world, we get to offer them delicious beverages, yeah, just relaxing and really catering to them, making sure that that moment is about them and everything else goes away.
What are some of the comments you've heard from people who have really made this place home?
The biggest one is they love the aesthetic. The guys walk in the door and they're like, wow, this is really beautiful. It's well done. They love the details. They love the wall colors, and that it definitely feels masculine and clean and modern, and they really appreciate it.
Well, you truly found a unique niche, and I know you guys are offering some great discounts on some services. Go ahead and tell us about those.
So we have Vanessa, our newest stylist, is working on fine-tuning her advanced skills and honing in on her timing. So for the near future, she's going to be doing $25 haircuts. And then we also have a part-time esthetician that specializes in male-specific waxing. So we have a 10% discount for that.
Excellent. From Leopold Men's Salon, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. That's a wrap.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. But you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
If I'm your president, on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks, not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Right now, we don't have any accidents to report. In fact, traffic throughout southwestern Wisconsin looks pretty smooth. Not seeing any major delays along the Beltline, but a few slow and go stops for downtown. From Janesville to the Beltline, we're at 26 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, about 9 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. The death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, as we mentioned earlier, is setting off a showdown on Capitol Hill.
Here to talk more about what the future looks like is UW-Madison journalism professor Mike Wagner. Mike, welcome back to Line
Mike,
of Four.
good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
First, we have to pay tribute to a legend. I mean, those are some big shoes to fill.
They absolutely are. Justice Ginsburg was a giant before she was even a Supreme Court justice with respect to the work she did to advance equality for women across the country.
President Trump said that he will announce his nominee to replace Justice Ginsburg later this week. And then the Senate Judiciary Committee has to vet that nominee and then hold confirmation hearings. The election is 6 weeks from tomorrow. Do you think that it will happen before Election Day?
I don't know. It would be a very fast process to get a confirmation in during that time. Some Senate Republicans are expressing some reservations about doing it before the election. I think there's a kind of tacit agreement that if President Trump were to win re-election, doing so in the lame duck session would be fine. And if he lost re-election, then I think there would be an extraordinary partisan fight during a lame duck session between Election Day and Inauguration Day with respect to a nominee.
And all this is reflected back to 2016 when Mitch McConnell refused to give Obama's nominee a hearing 8 months before the election.
Right. The president at that time, Barack Obama, nominated Merrick Garland to the court. You say 8 or 9 months before the election, and this is in the last 45 or so days before the election, and now the same person in charge of the same body now has a completely different opinion about the matter, which is often the case. The thing that's changed is the party of the president, which is now a member of Senator McConnell's party.
Well, 25 states have already started early voting. So people are already casting votes before this is even resolved. Does it energize the base, do you think, on both sides, or one side more than the other?
Well, I think Republicans were already fairly energized with respect to the chance to put people on the Supreme Court. That was a reason that some reluctant Republicans who voted for Donald Trump anyway in 2016 cited as a reason they voted for President Trump. So I think that on balance, there's probably more of an energizing effect for Democrats, given that Justice Ginsburg's death puts the court and the future of a variety of rights that Democrats hold dear into some sharp relief.
I was going to ask you how you think this is going to affect both the presidential races and Senate races.
Well, I think it may have more direct effect on some Senate races where there are a lot of Republicans who are in some very tight races. The Democrats are hoping to be able to take the majority from the Republicans. And so I'm sure we'll see lots of ads targeting Republicans in North Carolina, Maine, Iowa, Colorado, and the like to put pressure on those folks to at least hold off until the election.
Even Lindsey Graham is up for re-election, and he's the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and I'm sure everybody has seen the video airing today today where he said, "Hold me to my word."
Yeah, hold me to my word, when his word then was we shouldn't be doing exactly what the president and Mitch McConnell are doing in an election season. So we'll see if he goes back on his word. I think he may decide that it would be better for his own reelection if he went back on his word and satisfied the Republicans in his state who would prefer President Trump get to nominate the next candidate for the Supreme Court.
And it's quite unusual for a president in the first term in office to have possibly three nominations.
Yeah, that would be quite a lot. It would definitely be the area where, at least so far, President Trump would have his longest lasting impact on the country would be through those nominations, I think.
Well, what do you think it means for the institution of the court? I mean, the court is sort of the last institution that is sort of removed from politics.
Right. I think ever since the 2000 presidential election, there's been some wavering of how some Americans view the court as a more nonpartisan institution. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that there's evidence, I think, on both sides actually. Sometimes there's good evidence that justices try to do their best to call balls and strikes, but there's lots of other evidence that judges are ideological in how they behave. And there's even evidence that they change over time the longer that they're on the court. And so these decisions hold huge ramifications for what happens for decades to come in American politics.
And there's a possibility the Supreme Court may decide this election.
It's a possibility, and you could imagine how difficult it would be for the country if someone who got nominated and placed on the court before the election, if it did happen that fast, would then be weighing in on the result of the very election that their nomination was a lightning rod for. It would be a striking moment in American politics for sure.
2020 just won't give up, will it?
Yeah, kudos to the writers in 2020. They don't stop with new things, I suppose. Every day is a new set of challenges.
Mike, thanks for being with us today. Great insight as usual.
Great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
A final check your forecast is coming up.
Roll playback.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Joe Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Now, Biden's promising your benefits to illegal immigrants. President Trump is protecting Social Security and Medicare, lowering costs, expanding access, keeping his word.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
If you're at home thinking about your financial plan, so are we. Prudential helps 1 in 7 Americans with their financial needs. That's over 25 million people. With over 90 years of investment experience, our thousands of financial professionals can help with secure video chat or on the phone. We make it easy for you with online tools, e-signatures, and no medical exam life insurance. Plan for better days. Go to Prudential.com or talk to an advisor.
At iMart Express, you'll save on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty. For a limited time, get a free upgrade to blue filtering lenses, a $250 value, all for $79.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Tonight at 5, health experts are pushing for people to get their flu vaccines. We'll tell you how you can get your shot. Plus, 43 days until the election, and presidential nominees are making their way to the Badger State. The latest on Joe Biden's visit at 5.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Trust us to get it right. These storms are capable of producing some heavy rain and maybe some hail.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way.
We have an alert day in the forecast for this evening for strong to possibly severe thunderstorms, hail, high winds, perhaps even an isolated tornado can't be ruled out.
And your family's safety is on the line. You need to seek shelter immediately.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Here's a live look at downtown with our Edgewater Sky Cam. It is mostly sunny. You should be looking at blue sky right now, but it is hazy due to all that smoke in the upper atmosphere. Temperatures are in the low 70s with dew points in the mid 40s, so it just feels really comfortable outside. Breeze coming from the south in the low teens. Now we're going to stick with the hazy skies. Unfortunately, that also gives us the sunshine. Temperatures will be above average through the week. Will also stay dry with some rain chances approaching by next weekend.
All right, Dana, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff has the latest COVID-19 news.
And the experts at Consumer Reports have some helpful tips on removing stains from your kids' clothing.
Golf range and suites of By10's Golfland provide safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by wait staff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By10's Golfland.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. With things getting back to normal, we're proud to have been able to continue to serve homeowners during these difficult times. My team has earned GAF's exclusive Master Elite status, achieved by just 3% of contractors in the U.S. That's your assurance you're dealing with a dependable, professional contractor. We continue to make all the proper precautions to keep our employees and homeowners safe. Taking care of our customers is our top priority.
The whole process was amazingly simple and easy. My wife, which is important to keep happy, my wife was happy with the whole process. It was very easy, seamless, and it was just a no-brainer to have it all done.
And your new GAF roof will have a 50-year warranty. It's the last roof you'll ever buy. Order now and get our best offer. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your Leaf Guard purchase.
The chief actuary of the Social Security Administration just released an analysis of Trump's planned cuts to Social Security. Under Trump's plan, Social Security would become permanently depleted by the middle of calendar year 2023. If Trump gets his way, Social Security benefits will run out in just 3 years from now. Don't let it happen. Joe Biden will protect Social Security.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
By10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By10's Golfland.
In today's Final Touch, an impressionist masterpiece.
With a distinctly Banksy twist, this is Show Me the Monet, which takes clear inspiration from Claude Monet's The Water Lily Pond. But Banksy's interpretation reimagines the scene in modern times where the waters beneath the iconic Japanese bridge have been polluted. The painting was first shown 15 years ago in London at Banksy's second gallery exhibition and part of a series collectively known as the Crude Oils. The artist's popularity has increased dramatically since he created Show Me the Monet. The piece goes on auction